Hey friends on YouTube, what's up? Vin here. I want to speak to you about using systems for your network marketing business, or if you're not involved in the network marketing industry, why I would start with systems before I would even get started with a network marketing company. I want to get into that in today's training. Now, what I have is a series of videos that I put together that really take a deep dive, and I think you'll like them. And I put that on the inside of a funnel on a video page. So if you want that, go to the link below, which is systemdrivenblueprint.com. And that's really something that it came to my attention years ago that I really needed systems. So I want to get into it. I'm really going to shoot from the hip in this video. I'm going to speak to you about the current state of network marketing. And again, if you're not involved in network marketing or affiliate marketing, you don't have a home-based business, this is probably a great place to start. Let me just go show you. I was just out. I'm going to be quick because I have a lot of work to do in my yard. I just want to walk and show you what. And I want to be fairly quick because can you see it? Because I have to pretend I was doing something. All right, so I have to get all this furniture, put it back on the deck, and we got a lot of cleaning to do. And that's going to be my office is outside too. I want to do a lot of content from out there. So if you're watching live, I want to say welcome. If you feel free to drop where you're tuning in from, where you're calling in from. I have right now 12:26 Eastern Standard Time. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. And I want to get into this. Why use systems and why get started using digital marketing and systems. Look, everything's digital. Obviously, the world's gone digital. Right, this is digital. What we're doing right now. Most of us have you noticed anyone doing this? Hey, how you doing? Like, it's funny too because people will text. If someone calls, you're like, why are you calling me? And things are changing very rapidly, but everything's gone digital. Anytime we want to consume something, we'll look at reviews first. So why not have a digital business? What I like about having a digital business is there's no rent, no employees, no payroll, no manufacturing, shipping, packaging. I mean, digital is great because once it's built, and you can sell it over and over and over again. If you look at the millionaire math, right? If you've ever really looked into this, they say that millionaires, and I know there's a lot of stuff on the internet like, make $1 million. They're saying that people that are very successful look at math differently. Like, as an example, just to put it into context, I have a background as a civil servant. I traded 40, 50, 60 hours a week for 25 plus years. So I know what it's like to work real long, work real hard, and you pay a lot in taxes and, you have pension and benefits and all of those things. And I come from that background. It was very good to me. It really worked for me. But I didn't want to do that again. After I retired, I said, I don't know if I want to work another 25 years because if I work 50 years out of my life, it's going to be like, at the end of it, it's going to say like, what did you do? Well, I worked a lot. And so looking at the internet and seeing so many people create such success from the internet that it's like, well, why don't I learn another skill, a new skill that I can apply, I can use, and I can monetize it, right? So why use systems for network marketing? Look, I can speak about this topic for like 5 hours straight. The first reason you want to have your own system is because we know what happens in network marketing. We can look at it right now and see that you name the company. Companies go out of momentum. They go out of business. They get shut down. They get closed down. They change a compensation plan. They sever the network marketing arm. It goes to a one-level affiliate. We've seen this happen with so many very good and even great companies that have gone to $1 billion+ are out of business. Companies that had very good products, great products, leadership, intentions. People made very good income in many of these companies. They just simply don't exist anymore. So when that happens, you realize, wow, I just built something that I don't even own. You'll know that, and we realize this, we're like an independent contractor, an independent affiliate. We have a tendency when we speak about a network marketing company to refer to it as our company. Like, what's your company? Well, my company is this. My company's got greatest products. We got the greatest leaders. We got the greatest compensation plan. We got the greatest owners with the biggest hearts, and we love this, and we have that, and we. It's my company. If it's not your company, if the company severs the network marketing arm, well, you can get terminated from a company. That's when you say, wait a second, that wasn't even my company. And so you build a downline for a company that's an intellectual property owned by a company, right? You don't even own that downline, and you can't even communicate with that downline. So basically, you're building network marketing is this, and I'm not knocking it. It's a very good model. I've been participating with it for years, but I know I needed systems. And this blueprint that I have, this system-driven blueprint, is something that I've been looking for years. And I'll get into how I found it and why I use it and why it works and how it works. But the thing is that network marketing is just this. Now, the benefits of network marketing is you don't own the company. There's no employees, no headaches of a traditional business, no manufacturing, packaging, branding. Legal's done for you. Accounting's done for you. The back office is all done for you. So that's all good. You can do it when you want to do it. You can do it part-time. It has leverage. I mean, having leverage is the greatest thing out there, right? You can build a team that is 100 people that get one customer a month. Because 100, 200, 400, 800, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000. I mean, where can you build a business that you get paid on tens of thousands of customers daily, weekly, or monthly, or annually, and you don't even know who they are? And network marketing also pierces the economy of your own zip code, county, city, state, and even country. You have a global business with no debt, but you're sharing the profit. So all of those things are the things that make network marketing great. But the definition of network marketing is build an organization for a company, and the company pays you a percentage of what you built for that company. So you don't own it. And you'll know this if you have experience and you go and build a business for a company, and maybe the company goes out of momentum and everyone gets off ownership. Or maybe the company just one day shuts down. Or maybe you're part of a company that's not in momentum and you can't even get it going, no matter how good you are, no matter what you do, what you say, what you do. And there's a lot of deception in network marketing. There's a lot of embellishing in network marketing. And that's not something that's exclusive to network marketing. It's something that's prevalent in all businesses, in all industries. But the reason people get started in that industry is because they want to add additional income streams to their life without trading time for money, right? It's something that's where the leverage comes in. So it's all good. However, if you don't have a system, you'll also be relegated to old school techniques on how to prospect, recruit, share, right? So the old school, and it still works, because some people say, well, is it all old school, or is it new school? Is it attraction marketing? Is it active marketing and recruiting? It's both. Like, in other words, if I'm part of a new business, new network marketing company or new business that's very interesting, I like the products, I like the services, whatever it may be, and I want to tell like some very good friends of mine or people that I know that I've done business with before, I'm going to call them. I'm going to text them. I'm going to send them an invite through Facebook Messenger, because I know them. I have that relationship. There's levels of your relationship, right? Now, there's people that there's a bee coming in the house. Hold on a second. There's levels of your relationships. Like, I have friends of mine from high school that were really good friends of mine in high school, right? Great friends. But I'm not going to like randomly hit them up and say, hey, you open to a new business opportunity? I don't want to do that, because if you do that, you run the risk of ruining relationships. Just facts, whether you like it or not. You probably don't like it. But I mean, who out there says, oh, wow, I want to build a list and reach out to 100 people a day on Facebook? No one wants that. No one wants their rejection. No one likes the objections. No one's looking for that. So let me check something here. So, okay. Oh, okay. I'm using StreamYard, so I'm learning more about this platform. I want to use this. I like this platform. So anyway, why have systems? The first reason is because you own it, all right? You own the system. The second reason is because it's generic. You don't want to be out there promoting a company on social media and, oh, this company A is the greatest company ever with the greatest product. It's all great. And then something happens and all of a sudden you're like, well, company B is the greatest thing ever. And you, well, company C, because it happens. I've been in multiple companies, not for my fault for leaving, because companies either went out of momentum, went out of business, or just couldn't get going. You know, it's not that I couldn't get it going. Is always a tell when you could see that You can see the math. You have to be honest with yourself and see the math for certain things. There are certain products or services that look like the market's going to love them, but you go and you take it to the market and the market isn't interested. It's the same thing you may be saying, and we've all seen it. Restaurants that were great restaurants in your neighborhood, great food, great everything, they're out of business. How'd they go out of business? We don't know. Some things just happen. You don't know what's going to happen. The market will either discipline you or reward you, right? So what I like about having a system is the first thing is I own it. 1, you own the leads. 2, you own the list. I mean, it's all about having the list, right? Even in traditional network marketing, the bigger your list or the better your list is, the easier it is to recruit and build a team. So 1, you have to own it. If you don't have a system, you don't own your list. and that list, by the way, too, is going to be over the years, it's going to erode. Why? Because you can't keep reaching out to people for new opportunities all the time. I know it firsthand. You can't keep doing that, right? Because people aren't going to just take your calls anymore, right? It's the truth that happens. And so, and it's something that you don't want to do. You don't want to say, I want to keep reaching out to people. So there's that portion of it. It's much easier when you can send out an email with something. You just press one button. If you have an email list of 100, 500, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people, and you want to send out the press of one button, and now you can expose, let's just say 50% of your list opens. Your open rate is at 50%. Let's say of 10,000 people. You just exposed 5,000 people to a product or company or service or whatever it may be. You wonder, how do these online marketers recruit so many people? So I think it's a really good blend of, like, because network marketers have the personality, they're good people, they have most of the time integrity, right? They have personal development skills and leadership skills, where online marketers sometimes are strange. I've found they're strange people, right? But they have the skills in lead generation. So I like using systems because I like to blend those things together. And I think that it's something that more people are realizing is that. So let me just get into this, because I want to finish up before 20 minutes on this video. The reason I started looking for funnels, lead generation funnels, email autoresponders, and having something that's digital. The first reason is I was with a company for 3 years ago. I was actually with the company for 5 years. I stopped marketing after 3 years because it totally went out of momentum. I went from making multiple five figures a month to like $500 a week to eventually not enough money to even cover the auto ship. So that company went out of momentum. At the time, it was in 2010, this was years ago. At the time, I'm saying that's when Facebook was just getting going. Like when I started the company, I didn't have a Facebook account. And then I did. And the upline was always saying, stay off Facebook. That doesn't even make sense when you think about it now, right? But I was saying, how do I expose more people? Because there's more people that you don't know than you do know, right? How do I expose more people to my product or service other than friends, family, neighbors, relatives, coworkers? You know what I mean? I wanted to do that. I wanted to have content out there. And if people liked the information, they would see it. They would put their email in. They would get an email. And basically, people would come to me and say, hey, I want to learn more about this, right? I mean, doesn't that sound better? Wouldn't it be better if you had 5 people a day coming to you and saying, hey, or even one person a day, or even one person a week, one person a month even. Like most people, network marketing, if you're involved, is hard, right? And so, and you work it till you get the numbers. People coming every day saying, I watched all the information, like I watched the Zoom, I watched the recorded Zoom, the company call, the compensation plan video, the testimonial video, like a whole video series. They watched it. And they either get started without telling you, or like all of a sudden you see people in your business, or they reach out to you. And when they reach out to you, they already know you. They already have watched your stuff, or they've already watched the materials, right? It doesn't even have to be you doing the content. They watched everything and they're like, I'm ready to get started. How do I get started? What did you do? They just want to make that human connection. Isn't that better than inboxing people and getting ghosted, right? And I feel bad. Like right now in the process, I've ghosted 3 good people, and I have to get back to them, and they're reaching out to me about stuff. And I feel bad. Like, I don't want to ghost people, but I get so many people inboxing me about so many different deals. It's just like, what do you want me to do? You know, I'm getting hit up all the time. And that, like, I like to review stuff. Don't you? Don't you like to like look at something and do your own research first? And if I want to get started, I'll reach out to you, right? It's like anything else. You walk in a store and we go shopping and people come up to us and say, can I help you? And we're like, no, I'm just looking, right? Even if we are interested, we still say we're just looking because what? We're literally just looking. So we're just looking. And so it's the same thing. Like, why would it be any different? Right? Here's an analogy. You know those stands that are in the middle of the mall when you go out shopping, and the people, and you see them through your peripheral as you're walking. They're coming towards you. They want to like put something on your hand, lotion or whatever, and they want to annoy you. Can I give you a free something? Those people. That's what the network marketers do. It's like, can't I just let you know if I want something? Why do you have to bother me? And that's kind of what as opposed to seeing something in a store and being like, I'm interested. Let's walk in and look around. Does that make sense? Right? Wouldn't you rather have the storefront that attracts people in, and people will make the sale? They'll come to you. The people will make the purchase when they come to you after they review it. Because if you're involved with a business, you know it's a great business. You know it's a great, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it. It's a great product. You like the company, everything about it. You're like, wow, I want to tell everybody. I understand the excitement. You want to tell everybody. I get it. Believe me, I get it, right? But you still need something, a way to attract people and generate leads, right? And expose more people. So I was looking for that for years, right? Even before we moved. Because then when I moved the family out of New York. I said, I really want to work online. I really need to have a business, a system. I need to have funnels, autoresponders. I need lead generation. I don't know people around here, and I don't want to, once you move to a new location, I don't want to be jumping out of the bushes and telling people, hey, you want to check out my new deal? You don't want to do that. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't even want to do that in New York where I lived, but I definitely didn't want to do it where I moved. I was saying to myself, because we know it's happening. We know people are making money on the internet, right? And I'm saying, how do I do it? So that took me down a rabbit hole. I go down this rabbit hole, and I bought ClickFunnels and Go High Level and Leads Pro and Aweber and Constant Contact, Infusionsoft, all these different things I was buying, right? And I couldn't figure it out. It's not a techie. I couldn't figure out, how do I connect the email to that thing? And how do I do the autoresponder? Like, what's the difference between a campaign and a newsletter? Like, what's the difference? I didn't know these things. So then I bought courses, and I'm like, and I would go through a course and I'd be confused. And even when I had questions in a course, there was no one to ask, right? There was no one. I'd have to click a chat button or a support call. I'm like, this is crazy. And then in 6 months, that course you purchased is obsolete. I'm like, shit. Then I hired coaches. I hired this woman to set up my funnel for me, and she couldn't figure it out. I'm like, you can't figure this out either? I was paying her $150 an hour. Then I paid a guy $1,000 for the hour to do it for me, and he couldn't do it. I'm like, how do other people have these funnels and things set up? I want to have that done. Then I went down the rabbit holes with like the attraction marketing and you recruit 3 to 7 new people a week, and the Beach Boss influencers or whatever it is. I'm like, it turns out it's that value ladder. Start for free and get this for $7, but then you'll need this for $97, and you're going to need this for the. And I'm like, what is it? I have a friend of mine, very good friend, spent $25,000 on that, flew out to Arizona, did this whole week there, and he still didn't have his shit together, right? So it's like. So I'm like, is it impossible? Is it something that I'm never going to have? So then in 2024, I'm on Facebook doing what we're all doing all the time, scrolling. I see a guy I know post that he just made $1,000 that day. Oh, that's cool. Like, then he posts like the next day he made like $1,800. I'm like, like, reading the comments. Then he posts, 2 days later, whatever it was. Then I start stalking the guy. I'm like, what did he do today? Now, because of the algorithms, because I was stalking him, he comes right up when I go on Facebook. I'm saying, so I didn't even want to ask him anything. I didn't want to ask him how it worked. You know what I did, right? I went to his funnel, like that blueprint that's on the page here, System Driven Blueprint. I went to his website. I wanted the blueprint itself. I put my email in and I watched some videos and I was like, oh, this is really awesome. So then I actually reached out to him. And I said, are you selling software? What are you doing? He goes, no, it's a whole digital program. And that's when I learned about this whole program. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding, because I went for years and I didn't have a funnel set up. Now I got it all set up in 48 hours. The difference is enormous. The difference is there's two things about it. Okay. One, you can use the system to build any business, right? Whether you're in mortgage, real estate, fitness, finance, network marketing, right? I have it up here about network marketing on this post. So I wanted to use it to build a network marketing business, because I wanted leads, and I didn't want to bother people. I didn't want to jump out of the bushes and be like, hey, check out my new deal, right? And I want to bother friends, family, neighbors, relatives. And I didn't want to go to that eroded list and say, hey, I know I called you about all these other things. Check this out. I want to just generate leads and have people look at the thing. So then I come to find out a lot of people are looking for a system like this, obviously. So I find out about something called resell rights. And so you can make 100% commissions reselling the program. I said, all right, well, while I'm using it for my business, I'll also have that as an offer. So I have that as an offer. I made like 10 grand the first month, 20 grand the second month. I says, I think I like this, right? So I started making full-time income, part-time with the system itself. And I take the system so here's another thing. And I'm going to put this into PowerPoint so you can see more of it. This was a live I just randomly did. Let me just jump on because I have to talk about this, right? So then I said, in August of 2025, I saw another business separate. I said, this is a great business. I want to use this, but I don't want to talk to anyone about it. I want to use the system to generate leads for it. Use the system because it was a great offer, separate from the system. I made, and these aren't income claims, but I just happened to make over $100,000 in 4 months with a separate program. I'm like, holy crap. So this works. No matter how you slice it, the system works. And all those leads, they're still my leads. And I can also make the, what's the word I'm looking for? With the relationship. I can make the relationship. What's the word I'm looking for? Drop it in the comments if you know the word. Cultivate the relationship. Because I don't always have to be pitching a business. If there's a holiday or a Sunday, I did like the Sunday morning coffee with Vin. I'll put that out there. I'll put some things. I can teach about things that I've learned, books that I like, presentations that I like, how to set certain goals, how to set daily goals, things that have worked for me, things that haven't worked for me. You can share that with your list and kind of get to know people. And it's another added benefit outside of whatever it is you're selling. So let me do this. This is my call to action. There's a link right there you can go to. I think there's a link in the comments below. I'll put it in the comments. Grab the free blueprint. Take a look at this program. I'm going to also put in more videos in that video series specifically for network marketers, because I think network marketers right now are like bugging out of their mind. They want to build a business, but they can't do it because things move so quickly. Like things go in and out of momentum so quickly, like companies. Like you'll be in a company that's really rocking, but then all of a sudden it's not. So there's a time and a season. So right now it's more prevalent and more, widely accepted for people to be in multiple businesses, at the same time. So anywho, I want to say thank you for tuning in. If you want the blueprint, go to systemdrivenblueprint.com. You'll get on my email list and I'll send an email when I do Zooms and I really break it down. And you can have Q&A, like how does it work? How do you get started? I have this, whatever it is. If you have a Q&A, you can, questions, you can let me know. Or you could drop them in the comments below as well. So I want to say thank you for tuning in. God bless you. And I'll see you at the top. Let's go do it.